Closing arguments begin today for the NXIVM trial and its leader, Keith Raniere. This comes 6 weeks after testimony began.
They want the input and they need the input, Christina. Many schools surveying parents and community members. There's also a public forum and panel discussion today.
As much as we're watching the situation on the river, and we were just down the riverfront, we came up the hill in Rensselaer here to check out traffic because that's what's going to impact our viewers, everybody watching at home here, so we can.
Local counties making sure they're prepared just in case they have to fight the coronavirus.
A pretty heavy fire out here, guys. Take a look behind me. You can see crews attacking this from both sides of the building here.
Many of these concerns are being voiced by parents in a variety of ways as well. The Albany City School District is accepting survey information until 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, Ryan, you really have to drop those R's a little more. It's a nor'easter, okay, if you're going to say it the right way.
And we continue to follow that breaking news. Crews responding to an early morning fire at an apartment complex in Ravenna. Mississippi lawmakers voting to erase the Confederate battle emblem from their state flag.
The session actually ends Wednesday, and pensioners saying today's rally is critical for them as the window of opportunity to get their pensions back is closing.
As New York City prepares to enter phase 4 of reopening today, Governor Cuomo is heading to Georgia as coronavirus cases continue to surge in the South.
Good morning. I'm News 10 ABC's Nicol Lally. Here's a look at some of the stories we're following for you on this Wednesday morning.
Hey guys, I'm here with Mayor Rich Mooney, born and raised here in the city of Rensselaer, and now you are leading the city.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. News 10 at the track. I'm Nicol Lally.
This is a News 10 ABC morning update.
Good morning. I'm News 10's Nicol Lally. Here's a look at some of the stories we're following. An investigation now underway after a deck collapsed, injuring several people, including 3 children who had minor injuries. The Saratoga County Sheriff's Office receiving the call just after 8:30 last night, responding to a house on Saratoga Lake. They say it appears that 8 people were on an upper deck when it gave way, falling on a group that was on the lower deck. Most of the injuries are minor. However, 1 man was taken to the hospital. Officials in Saratoga County announcing a confirmed case of the coronavirus at Delmonico's Steakhouse restaurant in Clifton Park. The employee worked at the restaurant on July 1st from 3 to 9 p.m. and July 3rd from 2 to 8:30. It is a low-risk exposure and the employee was wearing a mask. The other employees were tested and the restaurant is now closed. Starting tomorrow, some malls in New York State will be allowed to reopen. The governor saying that any malls within a region that is in phase 4 will be allowed to reopen. Since the capital region is in phase 4, that includes malls such as Crossgates and Colony Center. Now, before the malls reopen, they must have an approved filter for their HVAC system. And happening today, a milk and food distribution in Saratoga County. American Dairy Association Northeast teaming up with several organizations, including the Regional Food Bank of Northeastern New York, to hand out 3,000 gallons of milk and about 40,000 pounds of food. It begins at 10 o'clock.
January in Albany typically means cold temperatures and the winter blues, but this weekend things are heating up inside the Times Union Center and bringing in plenty of green. The Eastern Sectional Synchronized Skating Competition gliding into town for the weekend, bringing skaters from up and down the East Coast.
We knew that this event was going to be a big draw as far as the economic impact goes.
150 teams, 2,400 athletes, coaches, and families. 4 days of competition with one goal, being a trip to the national championships. And those numbers are nothing compared to what this competition is bringing off the ice.
Once all is said and done, we're expecting upwards of $4.1 million economic impact from this one event.
$4.1 million is huge at a time of year when things are, shall we say, pretty chill in the city. And these skaters are being welcomed with plenty of enthusiasm.
You're going to see some awesome skating and the energy in here. Like I said, when I walked in the building earlier, I thought I was walking into the Super Bowl.
This event expected to bring in almost double what the NCAA March Madness tournament is projected to generate. A slam dunk for Mayor Kathy Sheehan, who hopes this weekend's events bring even more new fans to the sport.
Come and learn about this incredible sport, watch amazing skating, and we really want to make sure that we're able to attract this type of competition year after year, and so I'm hoping that people come out and check it out.
And it's more than just the economic impact. The sport of synchronized skating has seen tremendous growth. This is just the start for some of these skaters, like these little ladies from Connecticut, getting ready to compete on the biggest stage of their young skating lives.
We're excited, it's huge, we just want to skate our best.
The winners of this weekend's competition will move on to the National Championships in Providence in February, and the World Synchronized Skating Championships are in Lake Placid in April. Reporting at the Times Union Center, I'm Nicol Lally, News 10 ABC. This is not the way Charles Schultz wanted to start the day.
I'm just glad nobody got hurt, and didn't fall on anybody or anything happened like that.
A big tree branch cracking under the weight of the snow, ripping out some wires from his home before crashing down across Mann Ave.
I came out, I seen you guys here, and you guys called them, and they're here within less than a half an hour or so.
Besides the big mess, there was no major damage. City crews clearing the scene pretty quickly, pushing the branches aside. But just a little further down Washington Ave, another tree tumbling onto Iowa Ave, narrowly missing a pickup truck. It was a scene repeated over and over in the city of Rensselaer, heavy wet snow making a mess. And the big problem here in East Greenbush was electricity. No power here at Columbia High School or the middle school, so classes were canceled for the day.
The power went off. I saw one tree fall down, and it's down on the ground back in the back of our house.
Yeah. Neighborhoods in East Greenbush without power, the lights going out just after midnight. National Grid reporting widespread outages there and adding insult to injury with this latest storm. Just another headache for those tasked with cleaning up like Onofrio Parada.
It's a pain in the back. It hurts. Yeah, it's pretty heavy. It's no fun.
No fun, but spring is right around the corner, right? In Rensselaer County, I'm Nicol Lally, News 10 ABC.
Here's News 10's Nicol Lally.
You like their hair? I like your hair.
Sherry Meisinger is a busy mom. 2.5-year-old Ebony keeps her on her toes, but it wasn't long ago that moments like this were hard to imagine.
Literally the first thing I said that came out of my mouth when I got that phone call was, "But I have a baby." That was literally all I could say. And then I cried.
Diagnosed with breast cancer at just the age of 36, her daughter Ebony was just 11 months old.
It was very rough. They pushed me into it really fast because it was an aggressive form, and chemo was really rough on me.
She went through 9 months of grueling treatment, including chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery.
It was so hard, and it was so terrifying because there's no guarantee that that chemo was going to work. So it was always a what if this doesn't, and what's next, and am I going to survive?
But it's stories like this that inspire and motivate Dr. Margarita Barroso, a professor of molecular and cellular physiology at Albany Medical College.
It's important for people to understand that there's all this research.
Dr. Barroso is at the forefront of a new breast cancer research project, part of an academic industrial partnership with biomedical engineers at RPI.
Research can only advance as the technology advances.
The team recently securing a $2.9 million grant over the next 5 years to develop a new non-invasive imaging device to better understand if and how certain drugs work in the fight against HER2-positive tumors.
Right now, there is no real way of knowing if a drug is actually binding to the cancer. We know the drug is there, but we don't know if it's actually binding. And that is the question that we're bringing in.
The work is happening right now at RPI in Dr. Ji Wang's lab, a team of graduate students studying tumors in small animals as they develop a complex machine combining their advanced technology with more high-tech equipment on campus from Dr. Xavier Intez's lab.
Both X-ray imaging and optical imaging techniques will be combined into a hybrid imaging system for HER2 cancer therapies.
This technology will help Dr. Barroso single out cancer cells, giving doctors an unprecedented chance to target therapies.
A lot of the focus in cancer research has been to develop new targets, but it's if the drug doesn't get there. So delivery is also very important. And that's what we're trying to address.
This work has the potential to have worldwide impact, paving the way for better diagnosis and management for a broad, wide range of cancers. It's something Sherry certainly thinks about as she looks toward the future.
It's pretty cool to know something like so important for so many women is happening so close to home, and it's hopefully in the near future will help make this journey so much easier. I want my family, my daughter, my friends, everybody to not have to go through any of this.
This is your News 10 ABC Digital Daybreak.
Thanks for watching Daybreak. I'm News 10's Nicol Lally. State University of New York students who are currently studying abroad in countries with a high prevalence of the coronavirus will return to the United States. Governor Cuomo making that announcement Tuesday, adding that SUNY schools would review all study abroad programs ahead of potential expanded travel restrictions by the federal government. The University at Albany previously telling News 10 ABC that it was suspending its spring semester programs in China, but a spokesperson said they have 9 students in Italy and 10 in South Korea. Governor Cuomo said SUNY was expected to release guidance by the end of the day yesterday. We have reached out to them for comment and will pass any new information along when it becomes available. Local counties making sure they're prepared just in case they have to fight the coronavirus. Today, Albany County Executive Dan McCoy will be holding a briefing for government officials, providing an update on the actions being taken to protect the public health of local leaders and first responders. And today, lawmakers in Washington will hold a bipartisan meeting on coronavirus. The House and Senate leaders are expected to focus on preparedness to best protect the public and keep Congress's doors open. That meeting is scheduled for 2 p.m. And for the latest on the coronavirus, you can always head to news10.com. Well, Super Tuesday now in the books. 2 Democrats are taking the lead in the race for the Democratic presidential nomination. In Massachusetts, unofficial results show Joe Biden beating Elizabeth Warren in her home state. Sanders behind Biden with 26% of the vote. Former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg did not receive enough votes to earn any delegates in that state. In Vermont, Bernie Sanders' home state, no surprise here, 100% of the precincts now reporting Sanders winning with 51%. Biden coming in second there, taking in a little more than 20%. Warren with 13%. Bernie Sanders also in the lead in California with more than 30%. Joe Biden taking Texas with 34%. Sanders following closely behind with 30%. Bloomberg coming in at 15%. Currently. And in Maine, it's a close one, just 1% separating Biden and Sanders. Elizabeth Warren trailing with 16% right now. Well, starting today, part of Peoples Avenue in Troy will be closed as crews renovate Samaritan Hospital. The city says Peoples Avenue will be closed on the westbound side from Burdett Avenue to 15th Street during the day. Remember, this is just during the day. Road traffic will resume every night when crews are done. Also, keep in mind that there will be limited parking on Burdett Avenue from Peoples Avenue to the Krause Center entrance. This will last through Friday night. State senators moving to strengthen New York's seatbelt laws by approving a bill that would require adults to buckle up in the back seat. Legislation also passed by the Assembly and now heads to the governor's desk. Currently, law only requires front seat adult passengers to be buckled. And we're just about 4 months away from the start of the Saratoga horse racing season. Starting now, though, you can reserve suites at the new 1863 Club. Last season was the first time track fans could hang out at the club, and it was well received. Now, groups who are interested in heading out to the track can either reserve the first floor banquet space, the event space on the second floor, or luxury suites at the 1863 Club. Season kicks off July 16th. We'll be here before you know it. Runs through Labor Day, September 7th. And a display of art that will soon help fight hunger. It's the 10th year for the Capital Region Canstruction at the New York State Museum. Almost 100,000 cans collected, 11 professional teams, and 2 Girl Scout teams turning those cans into art, which is now on display at the State Museum's 4th floor. They'll be there for the next 2 weeks. After that, the display will be broken down and go to more than 60 local food pantries. I was at the first one, Jess. It is amazing what they can do with cans.
And anything to raise awareness for such a worthy cause that we hope to help so many, and it's an eye-catching one.
Well, here's a look at what we're working on for later. The latest out of Troy as we try and learn more about that homicide investigation. And Rivers Casino teaming up with Habitat for Humanity. A look at the latest project in Schenectady. Plus, the Siena Saints taking the court for the final home game of the regular season. I even get a chance, though, to check out some hardware before the game. Join us for News 10 at noon and again starting at 4 o'clock. And your local news leader is always online at news10.com.
This has been the News 10 ABC Digital Daybreak.